Hey boo, hey, welcome back to your girl's channel. Now for today's video, homegirl wants to know why her boyfriend or the guy she's dating don't never want to bring up his kids. But even worse than that, he ain't never with them. And even I want to know why. So let's get into it.
This man really told me to stop asking him about his kids because it was getting weird. Like, no, Ninja, what's weird is the fact that you ain't never got your fucking kids. And I know if you can make time to see me, and I know you can see them badass kids. Like that girl saying in that video, go help that bitch with them kids. It's no secret that I don't date people with children. It's fucking non-negotiable, okay? I like to be able to go as I please. I'm dating for marriage, and I would like for my person's first child to be my first child. That's just how I live in my head. Met this dude, whatever, y'all. When I say the conversation was so good to the point where I didn't even acknowledge the fact that he had children. I didn't care. But the conversation was so good. Almost a month into us talking, I'm like, let me try to invite these little motherfuckers to something. First things first, the fair came around. I'm like, me and my sister plan on taking her kids to the fair. Would you like to join us with your kids? He says, and I quote, they will be with their mom this weekend, maybe next weekend. That gave me the impression that you had your kids at some fucking point. Another weekend came by. Me and my friend was having a picnic. She was bringing her kids. And I'm like, we're going to be at Centennial Park. It is okay if you bring your children, yada, yada, yada. He says, and I quote, my kids aren't going to be here this weekend. And in my mind, I'm thinking, when will they fucking be here? Because at this point, you don't never got your fucking kids. Third and last time, inviting them to something. Invite them to the fucking skate rink. He says, and I quote, stop asking me about those kids. Those kids or your kids? That was like exhibit 9,472 of our I don't fucking date men who have kids, because it seems like they only take care of the kids if they still messing with the baby mama, live in the household with the baby mama, or if they just a good man. And that's fucking never happening. I rarely see it. So yeah, that was a fucking wrap for me. Like, go help that bitch with them kids. And I'm just one of those women, I learned from my surroundings. If you don't take care of that bitch kids, I know if we would have kids, you wouldn't be taking care of mine. So let's just wrap this shit up right here, because I can see this is not going to work.
A couple of people in her comments was kind of going ham on her, like, oh, it's too early for you to be trying to meet his kids anyways, blase, blase, which we gonna get to that. I'm gonna show you a couple of other people's opinions, but let me get your mine first, okay? This girl ain't telling no freaking lies. Y'all can say what y'all want about her, but she ain't telling no lies. The mistake that I chose to have a kid with, he's that type. She ain't lying about men not wanting to be in their kids' lives if they not in the mama's lives, okay? That is a thing, okay? I literally had to make I ain't even finna call him my baby daddy. I literally had to make my mistake. He has to go through my husband to talk to my son. But now he can't even do that because he's inconsistent with that. So you can't even be consistent with phone calls because you're not in my life. Now, you can tell your little transgender-looking girlfriend otherwise and tell her all kind of lies if you want to, but you and I know the truth. These men don't want nothing to do with their kids unless they can have them mama. Call me a bitter baby mama. Call me what you want to call me. Don't make a difference to me, because I know deep down inside I'm a beautiful, happy black woman. Now, a lot of people was disagreeing with her as far as she's trying to meet the kids a little early.
This man really told me to stop asking him about his kids because it was getting weird.
So this young lady has been dating a man who has kids for about a month now. And she's been trying to find an opportunity to meet the kids. She's invited them to multiple outings, and he always found a reason for them not to come. And he finally told her to stop asking about his kids. So her conclusion was that this man doesn't want her to meet his kids because he never has them. She essentially thinks he's a deadbeat. And I'm not saying that she's wrong, but I want to add a different perspective to what may be going on. Any good parent is going to be cautious about introducing new partners to their children. You want to protect your kids from potentially dangerous people. So that usually means that you don't bring every person you've just started dating around your kids. And if a person who's just met you keeps asking to meet them, that is a bit of a red flag. Maybe because the girl in the video doesn't have kids yet, she doesn't see this side of it. But I just wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt.
This man really told me to stop asking him about his kids because it was getting weird.
So a couple of years ago, when I had first moved down to Florida, I had went to a bar to visit one of my friends at work, and this guy had approached my friend and I, and asked us if we wanted to get a couple drinks, whatever the case may have you. So we started sitting down and chopping it up, right? So long story short, the conversation of kids comes about, and he asks us, "Oh, so y'all got any kids?" And we're like, "No kids, vibing, chilling. What about you? Do you have any kids?" So he starts getting like really awkward and almost like defensive when we asked him if he had any kids. And so me and my homegirl at the time were looking at each other like, how many kids do you have? You feel me? And this man proceeds to look at us and say, well, you know, that's not really anybody's business how many kids I got unless I'm fucking them. You know what I mean? Like, my nigga, how many kids do you fucking have? Like a basketball team, a football team? Like, why are you so weird?
Now, after a few people came for her and gave her their opinion, this, that, and the other, she comes back and makes another video to explain herself to you bum bitch.
Okay, so let me clear this part up. Talking to somebody, dating somebody, and being with somebody are all three different things. Me and this man talked as in text, talked on the phone for several months. We didn't start dating until that was established. So I think that's the first part of the confusion. It wasn't that I wanted to meet his kids. It was more so that we've been talking for this amount of time and then we started dating for this amount of time, and I've never seen you with your kids, or I never hear them in the background, and we are with each other an awful lot. When does your kids fit into that? See, when you're talking to somebody, you don't really care because it's not that serious. But when you start dating them, you're like putting that shit into perspective. Like, okay, where do your kids fit into this? That was more of what I was saying. Apparently, my last video went over a lot of you bitches' head, and I understand because a lot of y'all hoes is dead up here. So I'm just going to reiterate only because it was posted on more than one fucking social media outlet, and I'm one of those social media content creators. I hate to be misunderstood, so bitch, I'm coming to clear the motherfucking air. I basically posted a video about how I was dating a guy for a month after talking to him for several months. Let's pause there. A lot of you bitches are so used to going from the DM to the bed that you don't know that there was talking, dating, and being in a relationship are three different fucking phases. They are not the same thing. So a lot of you bitches, you was clocked out there. After dating him for a month, I started to realize, like, we are spending so much time together. When do you spend time with your children? So I tried to implement it into our time. Like, I'm doing this with my nephews, or I'm doing this with my friends' kids. How about you bring your kids? You know, try to implement it, because I already know how it is. When you talking to somebody, you don't be want to do shit else. So I was trying to be the nice person, or be like the mature person, to implement his children into what we was doing. So it wasn't like he was just so consumed with what we was fucking building. That was the moral of why I kept inviting them places. After so long of him not having them alone or not talking about his kids, or it became like, okay, are you a deadbeat? Do you ever have your fucking kid? Because that's a fucking problem for me. So we stopped talking. Now, a lot of people in the comments saying like, oh, a month worth of dating is too soon to meet somebody's kids. Y'all don't understand. I've been knowing this man for a long fucking time. Like, it's not like, oh, I'm just coming into his life and I want to meet his kids. No, bitch, I don't even have fucking kids. Like, come on now. I was just trying to implement it because I felt like we're spending so much time together. When do you see them motherfuckers? Now, back to the comment section. You got so many people saying it's too soon to meet his kids. You weird. You missed out on a good man because you overthinking. Girl, just all type of shit. Now, there was women in the comment section who was like, y'all not hearing what she's saying. And now, clock this motherfucking T. So, Atlanta is really fucking small. Atlanta is really small. A friend of a friend of a friend knows his baby's mama, right? Sends me her live of her on fucking Facebook going motherfucking ham. And I'm like, that's fucking crazy that I just did a motherfucking story time about this motherfucking man, and your baby's mama that is on live talking about you. And these people say I'm fucking delusional. Now, what I really wanted to do was screenshot her live, but I don't know how she would feel about it, and she posts her kids on her social media, so I didn't want to do all that. But just know, a bitch wasn't crazy, and I walked away from a situation like I was fucking supposed to. Trust your motherfucking instinct. I'll be weird. I'll be that weird bitch. But I'm always trust my motherfucking instinct. And if I'm dating somebody, I'm always going to want to implement their family into what we're doing. Because I know how it is to start dating somebody and be so consumed with that person that you forget, like, oh shit, it's other shit going on. But your motherfucking kids, but you should never fucking forget that.
Now, after hearing all of that and realizing, okay, y'all been talking for a minute. Forget meeting the kids. Why are you never with them? Even I want to know that, because there's so many times that I be having to pause my video and tell my kids, be quiet. Y'all don't even know, like, this sweet little person that y'all get up here, y'all, my kids will get this lady in a heartbeat. I got all kind of sides to me. I ain't finna lie, front, act like yes, I be yelling at my kids. But one thing for sure, you gonna hear them in the background from time to time. I know fathers that see their kid maybe once a week, but they be there that once a week. You know what I'm saying? So why are you never with your kids? You need to be at least canceling on me here and there because you have your kids. If you don't want me to meet them, why you ain't canceling on me? Y'all don't be with y'all kids. And I think the majority of the time is because you're not with the mama no more. And then the other little 20% is because you are just a deadbeat. You just a bum who barely could take care of yourself, who barely want to take care of yourself. So I don't know what the case is with you fathers who don't want to be fathers. Can't even call you father, but you sperm donors who don't want to be fathers. Why? Why not keep your tiny pecker? Because that's what it is. Why not keep your tiny pecker in its pants? Why go keep creating more babies? Like, child, y'all can ruin y'all life if y'all want to. Ruin your life if you want to. But you really shouldn't do it to the kids. It's not fair to the kids. So I agree with this woman. A lot of women didn't agree with her, but I do. I feel like you need to be with your kids from time to time. Now, okay, if you don't want me to meet them, whatever. But when are you going to meet them? I need to know that you're meeting them sometimes yourself, at least. Like, tell me something. But you know what? You men is going to be men, and us as mothers is going to be mothers. Some of us are great, some of us not so great. Hell, that's life. All I can do is continue to take care of me and mine, okay? And I suggest you do the same, boo. And that's all I got on it. If you like this video, give me a like, boo. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to catch you in the next one.